on. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to our Monday night Team Find Your Fire team call. Welcome Jenna, Kelsey, and our newest coach, one of our newest coaches. There's been lots lately, Katie. So my name is Logan. Nice to meet you. We'll talk later this week one-on-one. But tonight, what I wanted to cover was one thing was this new thing that I learned about at Super Saturday called Snoop groups. And I don't know if you saw that I added some of you already into a Snoop group, and I've been like playing around with it. So if you saw those, just ignore them for now. So I'll tell you more about that. But it's kind of like a sneak peek into challenge groups. We have our sneak peek into coaching, but this is kind of like for people to learn more about the challenge group without committing yet. And then I wanted to talk about vision and like writing out your vision and how it can be really beneficial to do that. I just had a huge call about it last night with some leaders in the business, and I wrote out my 6-month vision for like related to coaching, and then I'm gonna go and kind of do my vision for over the next year and just my life in general. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about like how to word that to kind of manifest what you want from this business and what you want with your life. And then just answer some questions that some coaches had asked me about over the past couple of days that can be like related to Instagram and, having conversations. So I'll try and cover all of that stuff tonight and ask any questions that you three have individually since you are on with me. Okay, so at Super Saturday, so for those of you that don't know what Super Saturday is, if you've watched my Instagrams, I hope you saw when I was at Summit a couple weeks ago or whatever. That is the big annual coaching event. Basically, it's like our big business annual conference, and thousands of coaches come, and there's speakers and trainings, and you learn about all the new launches coming, and just like meet all these other people that share this passion for helping people and have fallen in love with our community and just the systems that we have found to help us get healthy and help other people get healthy. And so it was an amazing experience. Like, it was my first time. I couldn't go last year because it was right when I started PT school. PT school gets in the way of a lot of coaching things, but that's just the way it is right now. So I got to go this year because I earned my free ticket last year. And for new coaches who just signed up, so Katie and Kelsey, you would still count, I think. I forget how long. Yeah. Because I think your first month is kind of a freebie. But if you hit Success Club your first 3 months as a coach, then you get a free ticket to Summit next year. So keep that in mind, a little incentive. And then, so Super Saturday is kind of like a mini summit, like mini, way mini. But they're all over. People decide to host them. Some of them are big, some of them are small. So the one I went to last quarter, so they have them every quarter of the year. And so the last quarter was in April, and I went to Madison, and Carl Deichler, the CEO, co-founder of Beachbody, was there, which was super cool. And they were like over 100 coaches or something there. And then the one I just went to this past weekend was just at someone's house in Iowa City because we didn't want to drive that far. And there were like 10 people there. And it was like in someone's home. So it just depends on kind of where you're at and what's being offered. But regardless, they're so beneficial to go to because you get to, connect with people on other teams, get ideas. Again, just sharing that community and our love for this business and learning more about how to do it well and how to be successful. And so they played a video that kind of talks about the different launches coming up. And so I'm still trying to find, supposedly that video is in our back office somewhere, our coach online office. So I'll try and, I haven't found it yet. So I'll have to find it and share it. So you guys can kind of get up to date with what's coming. But one thing that was in the video, and so you can watch this too in there, there was a coach that talked about what her team has been doing and they've found a lot of success with, and it's called Snoop groups. So they're designed to like, especially for newer coaches, it's like you always have something to invite to. You know, if you sign up at a point where like there's not a challenge group running, or like you're in the middle of a program, or you just like there's, you know, I don't know, you don't have a good upline coach or something, which I promise you won't have that issue in here. I'll always have something going on. But you know, it gives you something to invite to without feeling the pressure of like making a sale. Because yes, we have products and programs to sell to people, but we're not salespeople. Like, that's not what we're revolving this around. And so it can be intimidating, you know, inviting people when you're first getting started or not knowing what to be inviting them to. And so it's a lot easier to just invite to something that's free. You know, everyone likes free stuff. But you're still giving them a way to figure out what the challenge group is about and to learn more about it without, and what I'm excited about is like, it's without typing out a bunch of emails over and over and over. So it's like, you're not spending your time explaining things to people that could just be said in this group that's already all set up, and they can just go through at their own pace and watch the videos and learn more about it. So I thought this is like, it was like, I was like, how has no one learned about this yet? Like, I'm excited about it. So I'll share my screen and show you. So apparently, like, when you create a group on Facebook, you can make it, there's like different, like, I really don't like this graphic, but it was the quickest thing I could come up with. So, and when you create a group here in like edit group settings, you can choose a group type, which I didn't really know how to do this. And so it's called a social learning group. And so that's what she's using. And okay, Maggie. So basically the purpose of it, the purpose of it is that, you know how Facebook like messes with the order of posts, like even in like a regular group. So this, you can order posts and keep them that way. And they don't move, like they're in that order. So over here, to the left, it's called units. So you can create these units. Maggie. And put like videos and stuff. So like I kind of just outlined, you know, possible topics. So like introduction. And so they click on that, and then there could be like media in here and different, I can't see you guys. I can't see you, and I'm just talking to my screen. Okay. And so you can put different videos from different people. Like we can all, you know, like different people can contribute different things. And so they come in here, they can see some general information about what this part's going to be about. And then they can watch the video and read the post and learn more about what's in that unit. So then they go back and go on to the next one. So like choosing your fitness program. And the one that she had talked about, it was revolved around 80-day obsession. So like she had a Snoop group for her 80-day obsession challenge group. And we could do one around Live 4, but because like it's already happening and launching, I feel like I kind of just want to do like in general, because people don't have to do Lift 4 and you can kind of choose your program. So the way I was thinking about it is like, when talking about the fitness program, we can talk about how there's a bunch of different options and, you know, they can choose what they think they want to do. And then maybe when it gets closer to like the next program launch, we can revolve it around that program. But I just feel like it's kind of too late to do that now. Because because it's an 8-week program. So I'm only going to be like running this test group once, and then there's like more programs that are launching. So I'm going to do those. So yeah, but how cool is this? Like, it's like a class, you know, like a course that they're taking, and they can go through and learn about all this, and then like how to get started. So they have information about how to get signed up. And this is all the stuff that I'm explaining, you know, in emails and templates that I'm sending to people. And so now it's just in one place. And so they ask like they want more information. Hey, let me plug you into my Snoop group and you can learn all about it. And the cool thing is they're listening to you talk live, you know, because there's going to be videos, but they're not only hearing from you, they're hearing from other people, you know, because it's going to be us coaches that put this together. And so they get to hear from other people and other opinions, and they're not just listening to, your wording. And I think that's really beneficial, is to hear from multiple people. So this is kind of my next project that we'll all be working on together. I mean, like, I'm going to probably just make everyone an admin, and because it's like, it's not my group, like, this is ours, because this is our challenge group, and you can always invite your challengers to this group until someday you feel comfortable starting your own community. But, so then you always have something to be inviting to. You can always be inviting to your Snoop group, and you don't feel like you need to have the launch of a program to be inviting to, or the launch of a challenge group. Like, people can join anytime, and so they can always be plugged into this group. So it really helps new coaches just always have something to invite to, and just feel more comfortable reaching out to people, because you're not asking them to buy anything unless, they find that they see and it's really just overall trying to show the value in what they're going to get. And I feel like that's a lot easier to do when you get to talk and speak, from your heart, as opposed to them just reading an email. They don't feel emotion from an email as much as you try and put it in there. Some people just don't. And so she's been having a lot of success, and coaches hitting Success Club with this. So I think we should try it. Success leave clues. So what do you guys think about that?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good for everyone to blow their Success Club numbers out of the water. No, and just to invite more people, help more people. That's the idea always. So there's that. So I'm like still trying to figure out, so any ideas about like what you think we should include, what you feel would be beneficial? I kind of have an outline, but I'm open to anything, I promise, because I really don't have a clear vision for it yet. And, I want this to be a group project. So if you have something that maybe you feel like you could easily talk about. Oh, that's another thing. So she said overall, total, it should only last like 20 minutes. So like they should be able to go through the group in 20 minutes. So that means very short, quick videos that just, give your opinion, give some information, and then they're done. People have short time spans, and if they come in here and they think this is going to take them 2 days, like, they're not going to do it. So the whole thing should be about 20 minutes. So that might be a challenge. I ramble. So we'll work on the best way to do that. So yeah, that's the plan. I don't know when, we'll have it up and running, but we can work on it. I mean, we have our Lift 4 test group starting. So that's kind of, we have some momentum with that. But as that launch passes and we're kind of in the middle of it, and we want something else to be inviting to, because you should always have kind of a next thing, a next date. So then this is something that you just always have to have something. Sound good? Sound good? Okay.
Where are you like posting that link to? Or are you just gonna be like
the link to this group?
Yeah, like where are you gonna post it? Like on your story or what?
No, I probably won't post it anywhere. It'll be something that I send to people. So because I still want you guys having individual conversations and reaching out with that initial invite. And so this is something like, once they say, yeah, I'm interested, like, can I have some more information? Be like, yeah, I have this kind of sneak peek group that you can learn more about, everything that you're going to receive and the value that there is in this community. Do you want me to send you the link? And so you'll send them the link. And then I love that you can add questions for them to answer before they join the group. So I won't have you guys, I probably will have some questions to answer, like just to get basic information about the people that you're adding in. I don't know, like who sent you the link, or where are you from, or what got you most interested, or something like that, and just like make them answer something before they go in. So then they will have to like request to join, as opposed to you adding them in, because if you add them in, then they don't have to answer the questions. So yeah, so I probably won't post it anywhere. that could change, but I feel like it's just going to be something I send after I have that initial conversation. Okay, so there's that. And then, okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about vision and writing a vision statement. Well, it's not really a statement, but okay. So this is something I've been told for a long time, and I just like many things, I just didn't end up doing it. You know, it was on my to-do list, whatever. But like writing out your vision and what you see for yourself in this business, what you see for yourself in your life, because like how, you know, we always say like, I'm working towards my goals, I'm working towards the life that I want to live, but how can you do that if you don't know what that is? And like that kind of like personally like saying that to myself, it's like, well, yeah, like I never wrote down and really got clear for what I want. And so if you kind of are just going along, doing things here and there without a clear of like where you're going and a determination to get there in this amount of time, then you're less likely to reach it because you just don't have that driving force. You didn't, and like, I'm sure you've heard writing things out just makes it so much more real and more like it makes you just want to do it. And you're like, oh shit, it's on paper now. I got to do it. Or I'm going to look back and like be disappointed in myself. So when you're writing your vision, so like the one that I did was 6 months, and this is like solely focused on like my coaching. And so at 6 months, it's like, what do I see for my business within the next 6 months? But you don't word it in a way that it's like, I will have this, or I will be this. It is, I am this, or like, I earn this. Like you write your vision in present tense, and that is how you kind of manifest. So it's like, so I'm going to read you mine in a second, but it's just like putting yourself already in that position of where you want to be. And this is especially good to kind of develop this mindset as a new coach because, you know, as a new coach, you're like, I don't have all these posts on social media, or I'm not successful yet. I don't have a team to talk about. And you just get all these limiting beliefs about why you maybe don't have the right to reach out to someone, or why you don't think you know, have this great thing to invite to because you just started or something. But you have to just act. You have to faith it till you make it. You know, you put yourself in that position. Like, I am a damn good, successful coach. I'm a fucking, oh my God. I didn't mean to say fucking. I meant to say frickin'. Sorry. I was getting riled up about it. I'm a freaking badass coach. You know, like, I'm passionate about this. I know this shit works. I want to share it with the world. I don't care that I have one person who has ever messaged me back right now. Like, I don't care that I just signed up yesterday. Like, I know the value in myself and my personality and what I can provide in relationships with people. And you just put yourself in that position and act, you know, like that coach, like that successful coach or that successful person. You know, like, this can apply to other areas of your life, but because, you know, we have big goals for this team and our business, I'm going to, you know, just relate it to coaching in this sense. So I will read you mine. You guys ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, and you can ask me a question if you don't know what this means, but I am a 2-star diamond 2000. This is in the next 6 months. I'm a 2-star diamond 2019 premier coach. I make $2,000 a month and I pay $1,000 of that to student loans. I easily recruit 10 coaches a month who believe in this as much as I do. I change 20 lives every month. My retention is sky high because people love the energy and passion that I provide in my groups. I have a daily routine that keeps me disciplined, and I always get my shit done. I bring joy to every room I walk into, and I attract women just like me to my team. So it's present tense. I am a 2-star diamond, 2019 premier coach. Am I even close to that right now? No, but that is not the point. It is what you want to see with yourself in the next 6 months, and it doesn't matter if it's realistic. Like, sometimes you just have to push farther than realism, and you have to, you know, just because then you're gonna, you know, like, work that much harder. It's like, oh my God, this is gonna take a lot of work. So you work that much harder, whereas opposed if you set a low goal, you're working down here. And if you miss that goal by, like if I miss that goal by $1,000 or $500, like it's still going to be higher than if I set it super low and realistic and like $50 maybe more than I'm making now, then I'm just not going to put that effort because it's not a big scary goal and it's not pushing me outside of my comfort zone. So don't be afraid to be unrealistic and, you know, don't picture where you are now, just picture where you want to be and talk in present tense. Like you already are that person. You already, you know, are that coach and you have these things and you feel these things and you have these people in your community. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I really, really encourage you guys to write your vision. And so like mine was just like statements, you know, it doesn't have to be a big long paragraph. You can break it down into parts. And so this was just based on coaching. And then like, I haven't written my like life one yet. So that one is going to be more broken down into categories, you know, like I'm going to have a part that talks about finances, a part that talks about relationships. What do I see my relationships looking like? That's with family, that's with friends, that's romantically. Where do I see myself? What job am I doing? What am I able to do? How much travel am I able to do? How much debt am I in? And actually I would say like how much, put it in a positive light. Like don't say I'm in this much debt, but like turn a positive spin on it. Like I have money to do these things. If that's a, you know, a financial thing. I surround myself with these type of people and just manifest that. And you'll be amazed at, you know, what how some of these things come true because you just every single day wake up. And that's my new goal is wake up in the morning and I read this to myself every single day. When I have like my entire vision written out, I'm going to wake up and read it every single morning. And this is kind of just a funny story. Be very specific. Like the universe wants you to be specific. Whatever, you know, realm you believe in of what the universe is. Because there was someone who told a story about how she wrote out her vision and she said she wanted to be a photographer in Athens in like Greece. That's in Greece, right? She wanted to be a photographer over there. And so she wrote that in her vision, like, I want to go to Athens and photograph professionally. And she read it every single morning. And then one day she got a call for a job in Athens, Georgia for photography. Like, this is a real life story, you guys. This happened. So be specific. If you want to be in Europe, say Europe. I think that's so funny. But like, be specific and read it to yourself every single morning and set an alarm if you need to remind yourself. But that's what I'm going to be doing. And I really encourage you guys to write your vision out and share it if you want to. Share the parts that, you know, if you have personal parts, you don't have to share those. But writing it down and sharing it makes it that much more real. And it makes you like just have this fire inside of you to reach it, because it's like, okay, it's out there and I don't want to go back on it, and I want, you know, you want these things, so go for it. Any questions about anything? I guess I've talked about, I didn't ask after the last one, but nada. And so I'm going to set a timeline, because if you don't set a deadline for writing your vision, then you're not going to do it. That's just my personal experience. So I would say get your vision written out for coaching, this business. And I know that that's kind of hard when you are just starting out as a new coach and you don't know a lot about what some of these things mean, like a diamond or a premier. But then just do your life. Like, what do you see for your life? And then, you know, later as you go, you'll figure out how these things can happen by pushing for this and by, you know, putting your heart into this business and the opportunities that can come from doing this. So, you know, just get clear about what you want in your life, how you want to feel, the people you want to surround yourself with, and just make it more broad that way. Um, okay. So Snoop Group, I only have 6 minutes left. So what do I want to cover? Okay, as far as I've gotten a lot of questions on Instagram stuff. So I feel like that's definitely a training that needs to be coming. But if let's see. So if you weren't on the call last night, I forget that this is a recording, so like other people are watching that need to hear this. So if you weren't on the call last night, I gave a really quick and easy method to gaining Instagram followers. And the purpose is just to get more eyes on your posts, because that's, growing your network. And if you're just starting out, you may still have a long list of a warm market of people, but it's always good to be working towards growing your Instagram, because like Instagram is where it's at. Like that's what people are on. That's what people are watching. They're watching your stories. So the one big method that I'm using now that I mentioned last night was going to like finding an influencer on Instagram. So not like a celebrity who has 1 million followers, but like an influencer who people look up to, or someone like an inspirational woman, or you could really even do like a post that a clothing brand that you like Aerie or Fabletics or something, if there's a post that they do, and going to their followers or the likes on one of their posts and just like mass following people. And I don't do men. Like if I can tell that it's a guy, I don't do that. Or I guess some I still do fitness people. I sometimes hesitate when their like photo is like clearly like they're a trainer or something, because they're probably people who are already have their own business, or like really involved in fitness already, which they could potentially make a great coach. But if they're already that far into it, it's just, I don't know. It's like I'm looking for the people who are students and young moms and people who need help and want this community. So I will mass follow people, and I think the safe is like 100 per hour, so you don't like look like a robot. But and then there's an app called Cleaner, and so the app, like on Sunday, every hour or so, I'm gonna set alarms so I remember to do it. You can unfollow people who aren't following you back, and so it's just a way to keep your following number down. So then, again, you don't look like you're spamming Instagram. And so you can do 50 per hour with that on Cleaner. And so I'll just do that like on Sunday. And so throughout the week, I'm following. And the purpose is because like there's going to be a lot of people who, hopefully, people who will follow you back. But like the ratio, you have to get and follow a lot of people to get people to follow you back, because like it's not going to be a 1-to-1 ratio. You're going to have to follow a lot of people to get that one person to follow. And again, it goes back to your stories and your, Instagram feed. You need to have, things on there that are going to make them interested in following you and learning more about you. But that's a good way to gain followers fast. And then using hashtags, and not your typical like Flex Friday or, like your typical hashtags, or like if you search a hashtag and it has like 1 million posts, you don't use that one. Use ones that have like 10 to 60,000, 10 to 100,000 or so posts that have used it, because then it's more likely to be seen. And so people can follow you that way. You can search for hashtags and look people, and I'm getting way too much in Instagram training. I need to do a whole new call about this, but just some couple tips. And then the last thing I want to say in the last 2 minutes, because I was talking with one of my other coaches about this, is like, yes, it seems weird to follow all these random people and to reach out to these random people, but they're all limiting beliefs, like that you're not worthy of following, or that you're just starting, so you don't feel like you can reach out to people yet because you don't have a transformation, or just all these things, and thinking that, and honestly, like thinking that people care if you follow them, or like they're going to be weirded out. Like it's honestly like people are worried about themselves most of the time, and they're not really worried about what you're doing. So that you just have to get that out of your head, that like most of the time people aren't even seeing your posts. That's why you have to be posting a lot, because they get hidden on Instagram, and like they're not seeing your stuff as much as you think. And so just get that out of your head that people are always watching and judging you. And I get that it's a fear, but like it just has to be something that you work through and overcome and just not care, because they're not watching you as much as you think. Okay, so I think I'm running out of time. So if you have any questions, message me to talk more about it. But I really encourage you to write your vision and share it with the team. But other than that, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for jumping on, you three, and everyone else watching this later. And I will be in touch with more info about everything I talked about. So, cool. Everyone have a great rest of your Monday night. And
Bye.
bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.